Hi guys, Mrs. Harris here. I'm coming live to you from my backyard again. We are going to go over and reading today, compare and contrast. Yesterday we read a story called Starting Over, where Jonathan had moved from Taiwan to the United States for a better education, and that was considered a turning point for him. And the challenges that he faced were not being able to speak English, not being able to make friends, having a label because he couldn't speak English. So those were just some of the small challenges that he faced. And then you guys had reacted to if there was labeling in our school, or if you have known anybody that has had a label, or your friends have been a label, you've had a label, and then what the article was mainly about, and the target word, which was purpose. So I hope you guys finished that, didn't have any difficulties with it. And today we're going to review compare and contrast. So comparing is comparing two things that are the same. So Miss O and myself are Presley Ridge employees. So that is something that's comparing both of us together. Contrast is something figuring out the difference between two things. So even though Miss O and I both work at Presley Ridge, I am a teacher, but Miss O is a BHS. So that is the difference. That would be considered the contrast. So thinking back to the story that we read yesterday, we went over some different things that were considered to be compare and contrast, such as what was different whenever he went from Taiwan to the United States. So an example that I can think of, whenever he was in Taiwan, he had a lot of friends and he was cool and didn't have any issues with his grades. And then whenever he moved to the United States, he ended up having a label and couldn't speak English and was uncool, was considered the boring, non-English speaking kid. So those were just two different things. Something that was the same for him was he wanted to succeed. He wanted to get good grades. So that was something that he accomplished, or he tried in both of the countries. So what I want you guys to do is we're going to fill out the chart of the compare and contrast, and kind of look back to the article from yesterday. And we are going to list the differences, some more of the differences, and the same thing. So some signal words that you want to look at for comparing. So if an article is comparing two things, they're going to use words such as both, to, also, in addition to. Those are just some words. So if you read in an article and it says in addition to or also, that means that they're comparing both things. Some words that you want to look for contrast is words such as but, rather than, however. Those are words that you're going to see whenever they're trying to show the contrast between two things. So let's go back to my example of Miss O and I are both employees at Presley Ridge. So that means I'm comparing both of us. Contrast. So the example I used for contrast was, but Miss O is a BHS and I am a teacher. There's the word but, meaning that there was a difference between Miss O and I. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to just review over the article and see if you can find those signal words. And if you can, that'll give you a hint that it's either a contrast or it's a comparison. So you guys can view that, and if you have any questions, just let me know, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.